Give me your three best horror movies of the year so far. I would, as a big horror guy yourself, as you self-proclaim.
Okay, horror. I'm trying to find my list. Um, I don't have it written here, so that must mean I do not have any horror films that I like this year.
All righty. Okay. It's the self-proclaimed horror guy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll be the first to admit horror has not been good so far this year. But typically horror does ramp up around September, so we'll see.
On
But
Halloween.
at my number three, yes, is In a Violent Nature. This is the horror movie from the POV of the killer
I still
in the
haven't seen that.
woods. Yeah, yeah. I think if you are a fan of slasher flicks, which I've been learning recently that there's like a whole community of people who just watch slasher flicks in the woods, like in cabins, like that's their thing for sure. I think you'll be a fan of this movie. Number two is Immaculate. This is the Sydney Sweeney led film. This is kind of a passion project for her as well. It's been on her table since like 2014, I believe, so for about 10 years. You can tell, man. I love when you can tell an actor's passion kind of bleeds through the screen. Interesting twist in the film. I don't think it was maximized, but I do think that it was maximized by the performances by Sydney Sweeney, especially showing that she's more than just a rack of milky. Yeah. And number one for me is I Saw the TV Glow. Once again, I this movie it just sticks with you, man. It's a slow burn, but it's artistic, but it's not pretentious, which I hate. It's got it's got something to say. And once you realize that the director of the film is transgender, I think the themes of the film will really kind of spark and connect for you a lot more. I think it was done beautifully. Looks great. Yeah, it's a pretty good film. All right, I'll
Hmm.
give you guys my top three funniest movies of the year so far. At number three is The Fall Guy, starring Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt. A movie that I was really disappointed in how I did at the box office, just because I always advocate for original films. It did horrible at the box office, but I thought it was a fun time. And I had, if you like movies like, I'm not saying it's the same as like Jumanji or something like that, but if you like those kind of just adventure movies where like a lot of shit's happening to me and thrown at the wall, I think you'll have fun with this. Number two, Bad Boys Ride or Die. Anytime you got Will Smith and Martin Lawrence on screen together, it's really hard to just not be entertained at least. And so I had quite a few laughs in this movie. And number one for me is Thelma, believe it or not. Thelma's one of those movies where I wasn't like die hard, like holding my gut laughing, but it's just a lot of just situational humor that was just maximized and done really, really well. So those are my three funniest movies of the year.
Okay.
Give me yours.
So yeah, haven't seen a lot of comedies this year apparently, which that could lead to my viewing pleasure for this first 6 months. I have not had a ton of fun, honestly, and I love fun.
Asterisk though, for funniest, it doesn't have to be comedies. Like
Right?
Mia
Yeah. So
Culpa
yeah.
like I almost put Mia Culpa in my list because it was funny. I was laughing at it.
Okay. Okay. Well, laughing at is different, and maybe I could have made a better list. But okay. So I only have two. Two is American Fiction. There's just some
Yeah.
hilarious, ridiculous scenes in this. Namely, when he's like imitating what he's trying to write, and there's like an
Mhm.
actual fucking play of it, which has Keith David in it.
David
Hilarious,
scene. That was great.
hilarious, bro, hilarious. And then for number one, I have Bad Boys. Yeah, I mean, like you said, Will Smith and Martin Lawrence are just money together. Even though Martin Lawrence can't do anything action wise believable, the comedy he can
He
still
love
nail.
love
So,
throw that in. Like
well, he can.
that had nothing to do with what you were saying about comedy. Anyway,
Yes, it is.
uh,
Yes, it is.
give me your top 10 villains from a movie or show. I'm interested to hear this too from you.
So number eight, I have Kibutsuji Muzan from the Demon Slayer anime. Again,
You have
guys,
who? What's his name?
Muzan,
Okay.
Kibutsuji Muzan from the Demon
Is he
Slayer anime. He's the
is he a
big
demon?
bad. He's
Okay.
the demon. He's the guy. And I'm not gonna say anything else. Number seven. God, I can't read my handwriting. Oh, the things from A Quiet Place. It's so funny.
Death Angels.
Yeah, right. Like that's not what the fuck they're called, bitch. Like literally nobody's ever called them Death Angels. And how dare their interviewer just lie to their face, try to
I
make
actually have
Lupita look dumb.
I've heard that term before. It's not in the movies, but I've heard John Krasinski refer to them as Death Angels. But it's not her fault for not knowing that. Go ahead. Sorry.
Anyway, number six. Even though I fucking hate this movie. This movie is bad. The fairies from The Watchers. I thought that this was like a very interesting concept. I was interested in the lore. I was hanging on. I was like, okay, like give me some more, and then they fucking didn't. But I think as far as like a villain goes or an antagonist or whatever, I think they were great. Number 5 is a Scar King from Godzilla and Kong. Even though he didn't live up to the world's hype, I didn't really think that he was gonna throw, because like to me, Mothra, the fight that that King Ghidorah gave Godzilla, I don't think that they're ever going to be able to touch realistically. So, so like Scar King, as long as he, you know, scarred him up, or no pun intended, or you know, as long as he was some kind of threat, I was going to be happy. He was, as long as he had the little ice dinosaur thing. But Godzilla did not need the power to beat him, by the way. Number 4 is Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin in the Echo series. Like I stated earlier, there's only one good thing about this series, and that is Vincent D'Onofrio and Charlie Cox. Anytime Vincent D'Onofrio was on the screen as the Kingpin, instantly, like, the series was better. It was elevated. It was just like, holy, like this is the big bad, even though they gave him powers. Number 3, Fire Lord Ozai. Danny Day Kim's Fire Lord Ozai returns. What? He's a villain?
No, it was a great performance, but did he do anything villainy in that show? In season 1, at least?
Yes, he did. Sorry. He sent a whole bunch of people to die. Well, I guess that's not bad if you're just a general and they're just soldiers, but it's bad to me. Number 2, Fade Rotha. Austin Butler returns. Yeah. And number 1 is the villain from Monkey Man, the nigga who like raped and beat his mother, the army general. Like, this dude's just, Jesus Christ, he's just the worst guy ever. So that's my number 1.
All right. Number 10 for me in terms of best villains or worst villains, however you want to put it. I have Regina George from Renee Rapp from Me.
A villain?
She's a fucking villain. Like, what are we doing here? Like, I think honestly, I actually tweeted this before. Like, I think Regina George, played by what's the original actress? Oh, I'm going blank.
I don't remember
her. Anyway, I think she's literally a top 10 villain of the 21st century in film. Like Regina George in that original Mean Girls film. She is a fucking villain, bro. She made Katie Heron's life hell. Number 9, I have Fire Lord Ozai, Avatar: Last Airbender. I got on villain. He's got aura. Number 8 for me is going to be Abigail from Abigail. I thought, like I said, she's believable. I don't know. I could have swore you were praising her performance, but maybe I'm having like the Mandela effect. My name is Mandela. Number 7 is the Scar King from Godzilla X Kong. Like he said, he didn't really pose much of a physical threat, but he had presence. Like when he was on the screen, I was like, okay, this is the Scar King. Like I'm tuned in. You know, the way he walked, like a drunken monkey. Like he had presence. And that's all that matters. That's half the battle, to be honest, for a villain. Number 6 for me is Conor McGregor in the Roadhouse movie, playing himself. If you watch the Roadhouse movie, you will come out of that movie a changed man, because Conor McGregor is just doing the most insane performance ever. And if you watch even the promo for the movie, like the interviews, like he's drunk or high, like it's just insane. And I need him to come back for it. No, he died. Never mind. I can't come back for the sequel. Number 5, Jesse Plemons in Civil War. This guy had maybe 8 minutes of screen time, and one of the most impactful scenes in the entire movie. I was literally like, oh my God, this guy's like crazy. He might fucking shoot me through the screen. Like, I was on edge. Number 4 is Magneto, voiced by Matthew Watterson from X-Men 97. Don't know how he didn't make your list. Just Magneto, man. Like, first of all, my favorite comic book villain ever, and I thought Matthew Watterson did a great job of bringing him to life and bringing that continuity from the original X-Men series. Just a fucking threat. Number 3 for me is going to be Dementus, played by Chris Hemsworth from the Furiosa movie. People are saying this is his best performance. I disagree with that, but I do think that he was definitely an evil presence in the movie that definitely posed a threat to Furiosa. And number 2, It's a Wonderful Day, Proximus Caesar, played by Kevin Durant from Abigail, as in Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, which I think you still haven't seen, I believe, but great villain, man. He was like the best part of that movie for sure, or at least one of them. And number 1, like you said, Faye Rotha, Austin Butler from Dune Part 2. Another person that really, if you go back, because I've seen Dune Part 2 like 3 times now. If you go back and watch the movie, he doesn't have that much screen time. He's kind of introduced more than the halfway mark through the film, but just impactful, man. Impactful. Like I said, presence is half the battle with these villains.
Yep.
All right. Let's do top 5 action or fight scenes from a movie or show.
Okay.
At my number 5, I have the subway scene from A Quiet Place Day One. Like the movie, like you said, was boring and going through the motions, but that subway scene was like, oh shit, like that was intense when they go under the water and all the Death Angels break through the glass and
Don't call
uh,
it that. Don't call it that, especially so matter of factly. You're just like the Death Angels are just going through. Like, no, that's not what they're called.
the cat was behaving. And yeah, it was a good scene. Number 4, Gambit versus the Sentinel, the Mega Sentinel in X-Men 97, episode 5. Still the best episode of that season to me. Just a great scene. Mi amor, mi. I don't know what the fuck he said. But I was like, not my nigga Gambit, bro.
Okay, what?
He
More,
said,
baby.
"Me more, baby." He said, "Roll this for you, baby." Uh, number 3, I have the scene at the end of Civil War when they stormed the White House, bare white knuckles on the edge of my seat. I was like, "Oh shit!" Like this is very kind of in time, I guess, with the whole Trump thing that just happened with him attempted assassination. I was like, "Wow, if they invaded the White House, this would be crazy." And that's kind of how I felt. I was there, you know. Number 2, Reggie scene from not John Wick. I'm sorry, from
From
Bad
John Wick,
Boys,
bitch.
from Bad Boys Ride or Die. One of the best
Yeah.
payoffs I've seen in recent memory, man, for a film, man. It's just my entire theater was erupting. This probably had the biggest reaction in the year so far for me. And number 1 is actually a more quieter fight, but bigger stakes. The fight between Paul Atreides and Fade Roth at the end. I love how Villeneuve understood. Let's cut the score out. Let's quiet it down and let's just have these two going at it. All you hear is pants, grunts, the knives chinking, just an intimate. I'll always take an intimate fight over the big battles in the day of the week, which is why I love Civil War better than Endgame. But that's another conversation. But anyway, great fight. That's my number 1 fight for the year so far.
All right. Number 8. I have
Wait. This
what?
is top 5. This is top.
Number
Okay.
8.
I love it.
I have Paul Atreides versus Fade Rotha.
Oh wow.
The big subdued fight at the end. May thy knife.
It's done.
That's my shit. Mostly just because this was the moment where I feel like Paul was like feeling himself the most. Like he just knew that he was going to win, and he was just like, "Come on, bitch! Like, let's do it." He almost lost, but that's okay. That was plot. Number 7, Daredevil versus Echo, which is hilarious because this was meant for nothing more than just to let people know that, hey, Daredevil's in this universe. He's coming. He's coming. And of course, they couldn't have Echo lose, and why the fuck would Daredevil lose to Echo? But it was just like it was just a quick reintroduction to the character. It was a real quick, just like boom, 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 boom. But it gave me everything I needed, bitch. I was hype as fuck. Let's fucking go. Number 6 is Mark from Invincible versus Anissa. This was insane. Just to see, first of all, I mean,
was this a fight or just a beat now? Like, is this kind of the fight?
Let me finish. We are so used to seeing Mark get his ass beat, and nothing was different this time, bitch. Like, Anissa pulled up on him, and you know, she gave him options. She was just like, I mean, you could come with me, or I'm gonna kill this bitch, or what. And then Mark tried his little yeah, and she was just like, boom, 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 like beat his ass. It was fantastic. I love it. I love Anissa too. We're gonna talk about her a little later. She's bad. Number 5. Number 5 is Mark and Omni-Man versus the Viltrumites in the first half of season 2 of Invincible.
Yeah.
Man, this is just amazing, bro. Like Mark went to go visit the planet that his dad was camping on. Nigga started a whole family, but that's a different conversation. That was just nuts. And of course, here come the Viltrumites are coming to take back Nolan.
Steve Harvey.
Yeah, Steve Harvey was there, boy. That nigga was like, I'm from Cleveland, y'all. What you doing, play? Yeah, it was a really great, brutal fight. Like there's that moment between Mark and Nolan, or Mark and Omni-Man, where he's just like, nigga, stop being soft. Like, you got to fight to kill these niggas. And Mark was like, no, I'm scared. And he was like, bitch, you're going to die if you don't fucking do this. And then Mark low-key turned up for a little bit. He turned up. He tapped in that real Viltrumite strength. Number 4.
Quick question: how strong do you think Mark's brother will end up becoming? The half insect, half Viltrumite. You think he'll be like on Mark's level?
I don't think so. I think his lifespan's too short to matter too. So I don't know. I mean,
I'm thinking he'll stop aging at like around like Mark's age, just for the show's sake. Because like you can't have this nigga die like next season. That'd be crazy. The old man.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm sorry.
It would be crazy. That'd be nuts. Number 4. What does it say? Cyclops intro versus grunts.
What?
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. Sorry, yeah. This is the an actual X-97 episode 1, where they're fighting the grunts in a little warehouse, and Cyclops is using the beams to he is the beams to move around. That shit was crazy. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. Number 3 is the third act of Monkey Man, where they're in the were they in the casino or something? Where there's just like a fight in like every room, going up every floor. Yeah, that was great.
All the trans come to help.
Yes, trans unite. Number 2 is the Reggie scene. Like you, my theater went absolutely nuts. Well, not absolutely nuts. You niggas in Vegas ain't shit. I needed to be at Movies ATL for this experience. Like I needed that. But it was still such a great, like, insane scene to see. I'm glad that it wasn't spoiled for me either. Like I went to the theaters not knowing nothing, and when it happened, I was like, "What the fuck?" Like, "Oh shit!" Like Reggie Wick, he's here.
Reggie Wick.
Number 1 is Demon Slayer, the finale, where everybody attacks Muzan and they get dropped into the Infinity Castle. Just a great scene. I won't say any more about that, or will I? I don't know. But yeah, those are my top action scenes of the year so far. Great stuff so far. Can't wait for part 2.
Obviously, because you gave us 8. Love that. Okay, this is an interesting next category we have, guys. I've kind of added this one new to our list that we have. We have 10 best chemistry partners. Now, chemistry partners can be romantic, they can be friends on screen, it can be opposing forces, just any kind of chemistry in a movie or show. Give me your top 10.
So I only have 4. Hiroyuki Sanada, this is a triangle. Anna Sawai and Anjin Sama, Cosmo Drivers. I think that these 3 in particular were great together just because in the show anyway, there's a language barrier. So like there has to be like a constant chain of communication for them to even communicate. But honestly, after the first episode, I will say this. In the first episode, it was a little weird. It was just like, how long are we going to continue to do this like chain communication thing? It's getting kind of old. But I think that's the main reason they played with the fact that, okay, like Cosmo Driver's character is going to say what he actually wants to say. Anna Sawai is going to be like, well, I can't actually say that, nigga, or they're going to kill you. So let me translate it in a way that is kind enough to where like he may even consider this. And then there's like the reverse of that, where like Hiroyuki Sanada's character, he's the king. He's like, nigga, I'm gonna tell you exactly what, bitch. And then she's gonna say, well, I can't tell him that because then he's gonna be mad. So like, you know what I'm saying? It's like that constant triangle.
A great dynamic between them.
Yeah, they were all awesome together. Number 3, as I've already mentioned, was Andrew Lincoln and Denai. They're just great. I won't go into more of them. Number 2 says Will and Martin. Oh, Will Smith and Martin Lawrence. Nigga, I was like, what does it say? Yeah, okay. Will Smith and Martin Lawrence together, their chemistry for all 4 of these films have been great. It's kind of crazy that it's taken 20 years, 30 years to do 4 films. You would think that they would do these more consistently, but then again, this isn't the 80s anymore. Like in the 80s, it was very common for stuff like this to just go, year after year after year after year. Shout out to Lethal Weapon.
I'll take quality over quantity.
I guess I will too. I guess. And number 1 is Timothy Chalamet and Austin Butler. Again, anytime they were on the screen together, especially, I was just like, whoa! Like, so yeah, they're awesome.
Nice. Number 10 for me is Godzilla and Kong.
Nigga,
2 CGI characters, man. They have beef, but it's chemistry. They have history. I felt it. So I want to shout out to the animators on that one, or the CGI people, whatever. Number 9, I have Mark Wahlberg and his dog from Arthur the King. This is the movie when he's traversing through the jungle with the dog, and pets are always cheat codes in these kind of movies. That I felt horrible for the dog. Mark Wahlberg, we actually did really good in this movie, anchoring the film, and those 2 really had a bond together that I was really rooting for the entire time. Number 8, Cosmo Jarvis and Anna Sawai. I could throw in Sonata in there, obviously for the whole trio, but I just put these two in here from Shogun. They just had an excellent chemistry. Like I said, anytime you can win me over because I was rooting against them heavily because I didn't want her to fall for this white man, then you get extra bonus points from me. Number 7, June Squibb and Richard Roundtree. Rest in peace, Richard Roundtree, the original Shaft, and Thelma. They were a great duo together in Thelma. So cute together as these old people going on this one last hurrah. Number 6 for me is Justin Chien and Sam Lee. These are the brothers and brother's son. Two brothers from two different walks of life. We've kind of seen this kind of trope done before, but they do a really excellent job of bringing that to life. Number 5 is Timothy Chalamet and Zendaya in Dune 2. I think that these two, Chani and Paul, man, the first half of the film is really just them two getting to know each other more and finding out what they like and don't like. And it was just really cute scenes of them together. Just the scene that kind of stands out to me is when they're both on the sand dune together and the camera's panning around them and the score swells. Just a great scene. I love seeing Chani and Paul come together. I actually watched the original Dune this year for the first time. And in that movie, Paul and Chani get together, like they meet each other and then they're like they're fucking, like it's crazy. So I like how this movie spent more time trying to build that out. Number 4, Martin Lawrence and Will Smith, Bad Boys 4, all the reasons that you named. Number 3, I have Mike Faced and Josh O'Connor and Challengers. These niggas had like a goddamn erotic. They were straight, but they had some kind of undertones of like they wanted to fuck each other. It was weird, but they had great chemistry. Okay, it was really great. It was palpable. Number 2, Rudy Mancuso and Camila Mendez and Musica. This is the movie I mentioned earlier. These two are actually, the chemistry is real because they're actually dating in real life apparently now too. So that's how you know it's real. And number 1 is Justice Smith and An Lee Bogan in American Society of the Magical Negroes. The film is themes I don't think always connected with me, but I can't say that their chemistry, I think he should have had a black woman. But anyway, their chemistry was very cute together, very believable, very real. So I have them at number 1 for me for best chemistry partners. Next list, guys, the one y'all been waiting for: top 10 baddies in a movie or show. All right, let's pop it off. Number 13, I'm kidding. Number 10, I have Isaac Gonzalez from Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. This is the new movie from what's the nigga's name? Who does Edgar all the Wright? Movies? No, who did Arthur, the King Arthur movie that we like? And anyway, I'm going blank. Anyway, Isaac Gonzalez, she was stunning.
George
in
Miller?
This movie. No. Number 9. Oh, actually, I did have one honorable mention. That was Vanessa Hudgens in Bad Boys 4. Anyway, number 9, I'm gonna go with Tika Sumpter and the Underdogs. If there's any redeeming quality about this movie, it's Tika Sumpter, man. For years, man, she's been underrated in terms of the looks. Anyway, acting is okay. Number 8, I have Vince Staples' girlfriend in the Vince Staples Show. I didn't even get the actress's name, but don't need it. Yeah. Anyway, number 7.
All right.
Daniela Melchior from Roadhouse. This is Ratcatcher 2 from the James Gunn The Suicide Squad.
I love this bitch.
I do, man. She does it for me. Watch Roadhouse. You guys will see the nurse. Yeah. Number 6, I have Sabrina from Supercell. I know Jillian doesn't like Supercell, but can we get it? Can you admit that she looked good at least? Jesus. Sabrina's the one that had the telekinesis.
Yeah, I know she wasn't my type.
All right. Number 5, I have Justine Skye, who's actually a singer. She plays the character Annika on this show called Grownish, which I mentioned. I watched Grownish season 6. She's been in my top 5 this year and last year. She's been a mainstay so far. Number 4, I have Jenna Ortega from Miller's Girl. Kind of weird because just based on the subject matter of the film, but me knowing that she's a grown woman helped. Number 3, I have the Monkey Man prostitute from Monkey Man. His little love interest in the movie. they didn't get together at all, but I'm like, they kept teasing that. I'm like, come on, like, do it, nigga. Like, what are you waiting on? But yeah. I thought she was gorgeous. Number 2, Anna Sawai, Lady Marika herself from Shogun. Her face card is lethal. And number 1, I have Daniela Perkins, who plays this character Kiela on Grownish season 6. Another mainstay like Justine Skye. She's been in my list top 10. Last 2 years in a row. So yeah, those are my top 10 baddies of the year so far. Julian, please give me yours.
Real quick, I just noticed you don't have anything about Power in here. You don't watch that show anymore?
I do, but it's they're at the mid-season break. It can come back in
ongoing.
September.
Got it.
It's ongoing.
Yeah. Okay. So I only have 4. There's just not a lot of bad bitches so far, but I hope to rectify that by the end of the year. Number 4 is Renee Rapp. I'm not into white women. I'm just not. I don't know, but she fine. Even though she's rug muncher. Number 3.
She got a dumpy. You know she got a dumpy.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Number 3 is Anissa from Invincible season 2. Bitches back.
Anissa, for guys who don't know, the animated character.
Yes.
who's just Sasha Kaye, Supergirl. That's all she is, animated. But sure.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Sorry. Number 2. Number 2 is Vanessa Hudgens, Bad Boys. I've loved her literally all my life. So, and number 1 is Anna Sawai. Yeah, like you said, face card. I was trying real hard to see just a little nipple, a little sexy, a little nipple.
Oh my god.
Anna Sawai. Yeah, she is gorgeous. She's gorgeous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Give me your top segue. Give me your top 10 best movie scenes in a movie or TV show this year.
All right, so I have an honorable mention. This is okay. So yeah, my honorable mention is Prince Zuko learning that, or I guess us learning that the soldiers that he was going to kill was going to be his guys now. Which is a deviation from the cartoon, which I actually enjoyed. I was like, wow, this actually adds to the lore of Avatar. Like, this is how it should have been, literally. But they were too busy writing a masterpiece, so they were like, oh, well, it's okay if we don't, include this. But yeah, honorable mention. Number 10, Rick and Michonne reuniting, and spoilers, Rick and Michonne reuniting with Judith and Rick Jr. at the end. Finally, some closure to the story. Rick has not seen his daughter since she was a fucking baby, literally. She's like 13. Like, he literally doesn't know Rick Jr. at all. He's never met him. So like they have like a really great intimate moment where it's just like, hey, like I'm your dad, and Michonne's like, I did it, I brought him back. Just a real great scene, man.
Is she a badass now? Because I remember I started watching Walking Dead when Judith was still a baby. She's like a badass, like a rough warrior.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Okay, figured.
Number 9, Godzilla and Kong, where Godzilla needlessly goes to power up and he like turns pink. Like he doesn't need, like he literally breaks into another nigga's home, kills
RPT man.
Like, and like just absorbs his energy. But still that boom, 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 pink. That shit just, it goes crazy. Number 8 is My Name is Regina George. Oh, no, okay. Downloaded it immediately. Like, yes, like this is a fucking bot.
Downloaded it immediately.
Immediately. Let's do it on the way home. Number 7. Sorry, excuse me. Hold on. My name is Paul Muad'Dib Atreides, Duke of Arrakis. Yes, man. Just it's one of those scenes that like makes your fucking skin. You're just like, whoa, like
yeah, I got chills. Yeah.
Yes, like charisma, off the charts. What a powerful speech. Number 6. I should have had this higher. This probably should be number 1, but number 6 is the Madam Web suit reveal. I just don't get it. Like. This is one of my favorite scenes of the year, bro. Like look, all right. I just want to tell a quick story. So I'm gonna see this opening night, like I said. My theater was packed, by the way, packed. I don't know what these people were thinking, but I guess they were thinking the same thing as me. No way it's gonna be that bad. Boy, were we wrong. But anyway, opening night, I was the only one in the theater like laughing at certain points, and it's one of those times where like maybe I wasn't supposed to laugh, but like this is just so bad that it's funny at this point. At the end, when there's the big reveal that all of a sudden she's in a wheelchair, she can't see anymore, she's got this ridiculous looking uniform on, and like her entire personality has just changed. All of a sudden, like throughout
all stoic.
Yeah, like throughout the entirety of the film, you could argue that she was fiery. Like she was like, come on, like we in a, and then all of a sudden, it's like you said, she's just like she's just fucking Morpheus. Yeah, like exactly. She's just sitting there. You are the one, Neo. And it's just like, what? I laughed out loud. That was the biggest comedy of the. That should be my number 1 for comedy too. Jesus Christ. I was laughing so loud to the point where like people were literally looking at me like, "Are you okay?" Anyway, Number 5 is the cannon scene from Shogun Episode 3. This is just this is insane. Like I guess I never really thought about what a cannon actually does to people, but boy, did I fucking find out. Jesus Christ, like that nigga got blown to bits. It was a really, really great scene. Number 4, I have the Reggie scene from Bad Boys we've talked about. Number 3, there's another one from Doom Part 2. May thy knife chip and shatter. Great, just a great fucking moment, man. I love that shit. Number 2. All right, we're all in the airplane. All of a sudden, our airplane gets attacked. Everybody that can fly, they're just gonna fly down. Me, I'm Cyclops, bitch. I don't need no fucking help. I'll see you on the ground, bitch. That scene did something to me. Like that shit is so iconic to me. I'm talking about the Cyclops being down.
Optic blast, not heat vision, guys. Optic.
Oh my gosh, the Cyclops being down. Like he literally did it into a flip, landed. To me, my X-Men. Like, okay, bro, you're the leader. You win. You're him. Number 1. This was actually, I think this is my number 1 because it was such a surprise to me. All you comic book nerds are probably like, wow, Wolverine gets killed? Like, question mark? Like Magneto literally ripping the adamantium from his body. That's just like this thing Magneto is just, Jesus Christ, he is absolutely nuts. And I love it. Yeah, that was the best scene of the year to me. Totally shocked me, totally surprised me. I'm just like, whoa, I didn't even know you could do that technically, but I'm not going to question it. Let's do it.
Why not?
Give me your list.
Great list. Number 10 is the argument scene in Mr. and Mrs. Smith in the jungle between Donald Glover and Maya Erskine. It just felt like sometimes scenes just really pull from reality. You just feel like the actors aren't even acting anymore. You just like you've had that kind of argument in real life before, and they did a good job of bringing that to life. Number 9 for best scenes in a movie or TV show is going to be the Monkey Man training montage in Monkey Man. I loves me a good training montage. I go to the Creed movies just for the training montage. That sounds kind of gay, but the Monkey Man training montage of Monkey Man is absolutely amazing. I love it, man. Number 8 is the cannonball scene in Shogun for all the reasons that you said. Just like whoa, like and up until then, the show had kind of been like political thriller, not really a lot of, and all of a sudden like niggas getting blown to pieces. Okay, that's how quick it can happen in real life. Number 7. X-Men 97 scene is Omega level threat detected. Storm comes. Like just that was episode 1, guys, by the way. So I was like, shit. Just an amazing scene, amazing Storm entrance, finally giving her just due. Number 6 is there's this movie called Society of the Snow, which came out in January. There's a plane crash scene. And guys, a plane crash is one of my worst fears in life. And the way that this scene was able to really just encapsulate what a plane crash would really look like and how people will really be. It was just, I was like, oh my God, this is just too visceral for me. Get me out of here. Great scene though. Number 5 is from the film Immaculate. Sydney Sweeney at the very end of the scene, she has this scream that she does. That is probably like the best horror film I've ever heard in a movie. Seriously, like the scream comes from her gut. It's primordial. It's guttural. It's just like, oh my God. And what a great way to end the film with that kind of scream. Number 4 is from this movie called We Grown Now, which I referenced earlier. Movie, by the way, the movie's not good, by the way, but there's a scene at the very end, and I love a good goodbye scene when it's done well. When you've had the building blocks as to why this goodbye matters, those scenes can always be really impactful. I thought it was done really, really well there. Number 3 for me, it's going to be there's this shot in Musica, the movie by Rudy Mancuso. It's a transition shot when he goes from a kitchen to a dining room to a club, and like the way that they filmed this transition shot practically, like there's no editing, there's no like cutting the camera. They're actually just putting sets coming on out of nowhere. Like I was like, oh my God, I'm blown away. Great scene, by the way. Number 2, Doom Part 2, when Paul Atreides rides the sandworm for the first time. I was like, oh my God, this is cinema. I don't know how Villeneuve pulled that off. It looked practical as hell. The sand rushing through, like it was just like when he finally did it, like I felt triumphant as everybody else, as all the other friends. Like, yes, he did it. Like, yes, my leader, my king. Number 1,
Lisa Nagib.
Yeah, Lisa Nagib is the Reggie scene from Bad Boys 1. Bad Boys 4, just because of the community experience, which I'm so sad you didn't get to experience. Like my theater went absolutely crazy, and so did I. And so yeah, I just love those kind of community, kind of feelings you get in movie theater sometimes. Last segment here, guys, is what's to come. Our top 10 most anticipated movies for the rest of the year. All right. At number 10 for me is Alien Romulus, which is coming out very, very soon. Can't wait to see this movie. Number 9, Mufasa, The Lion King. This is by Barry Jenkins. Actually watched The Lion King for 1994 because they're having their 30th year anniversary right now. I watched it in theaters a couple days ago, and it was just such an experience. It felt like a like religious experience to me. It's my favorite 2D animated movie of all time. And typically, people always, the scene when Mufasa dies and people cry or gets me emotional. And as a kid, that definitely did. But this time around, as an adult, I actually got teary-eyed watching this movie because the scene when Mufasa comes back in the clouds and he's telling somebody like, remember who you are, remember your power, remember where you come from. Like, I guess at this stage in my life, it just hit different for me. And that just kind of goes to show like a testament of a great movie. Like, as you get older, different scenes will connect more with you. And The Lion King is just a A+ movie for me. Amazing movie. Anyway, number 8, Sing Sing. This is a movie starring Coleman Domingo, A24. It looked like a performance piece, which I always love those kind of movies. Number 7 is The Wild Robot. This is the animated movie starring Lupita Nyong'o as a robot. It's giving me Iron Giant vibes, which Iron Giant is one of my favorite animated movies of all time. And it looks just great on the trailer. We have a new trailer out now. We have voice roles now. I remember you said during the first trailer that you didn't get enough like narrative in the trailer. There's actually more narrative now. So it looks really, really good. Number 6, I have Nosferatu. This could easily end up being one of my top 3 best films of the year by the time it's all said and done. But just based on the trailer so far, I'm really, really excited for it. Robert Eggers coming back. This looks like an epic film, so I can't wait. Now we're in the top 5, guys. I have Gladiator 2. Denzel is here playing himself in ancient Rome, and I need to see it. Number 4, I have Joker 2. This is a movie that I'm not sure what to make of, to be honest, but that's why I'm intrigued. It's going to be a musical. We got Lady Gaga coming as Harley Quinn. What could this movie possibly be? Such a big departure from part 1, it seems, at least. So I need to see how it goes down. Number 3, Sonic 3. I would have never guessed I put Sonic 3 in my top 3, but I love this game, man. Like, the best part of Knuckles was the episode when episode 1, when Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails are like having fun, just like being around each other. Like, I love that kind of stuff. So we get a whole movie of that plus Shadow. Need it. Number 2, Deadpool and Wolverine, which is coming out very, very soon as well. Need to see all the cameos. Need to see if Deadpool integrates into the MCU well, which I'm sure he will. And last, number 1, guys, might be a surprise, but Wicked, starring Ariana Grande, Cynthia Erivo. I saw Wicked on Broadway for the first time last year. It was an amazing, amazing play. Big fan of Wizard of Oz and the lore there. I love how they play with it in Wicked. So I'm really excited for this movie, man. I never thought Wicked would be a top 1 for me, but based on the trailer, it looks epic, and I love me an epic movie. So yeah, I love scale.
Interesting. Okay. So this is my favorite list of these pods. I love the anticipation. And the best part is the overwhelming majority of these films on this list are going to disappoint me probably. It's going to be something that I don't even know about that's going to come out of nowhere. Last year, it was The Last Voyage of the Demeter. Literally didn't know about it until like a month before it came out. The year before that, it was Breaking. Literally didn't know about it until a week before it came out. And I'm pretty sure I didn't know about The Woman King either. Like, I was just like, whatever. But anyway, so I mean, look, I had 10, but realistically, 10 and 9, I was just lying. I was just trying to put 10 things down here, but so I'm gonna skip them. Number 8 is Speak No Evil with James McAvoy. This is the film where he's essentially abducting a family, maybe, and he's some type of villain. Look, I mean, honestly, this film's probably going to disappoint me. It's probably just going to be James McAvoy being great, but not much else, and yeah, that's fine. But like, I hope I'm wrong. Like, I'm excited to see this regardless, but I don't know if this is going to make like, the back half of my top 10 or whatever. Number 7 is Mufasa the Lion King. I don't really know why I'm excited to see this, but I am. I didn't see the Beyonce Lion King in theaters. I still haven't seen it. But like, I don't feel like I need to. So yeah,
it's the same movie as the original, but not as good.
So I'm just okay. So yeah, I'm gonna watch this Mufasa Lion King thing, and hopefully it'll be entertaining. Number 6 is Sonic 3. My God, finally. I need this yesterday. Shadow bitch. Post credit scene, Sonic 2. Mm-hmm. They went Supersonic in Sonic 2, so they're gonna up the ante. It's gonna be Hyper Shadow and Supersonic. We'll see. But yeah, I mean, I need this. Isn't Keanu Reeves playing Shadow?
Yes, Keanu Reeves. Yes. Yep. He's confirmed the Shadow. Yep.
That's crazy. Number 5. Number 5 is Gladiator 2. I had this as my number 5 before I saw the trailer. The trailer just recently came out, and I don't think it's going to move on this list. I'm still very excited to see this. The movie's going to be epic now that I've seen the trailer, but I think number 5 anticipation is pretty good. Number 4 is Trap. This is the new
the M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Thank you, M. Night Shyamalan film.
He will never learn, will you?
I'm not going to learn. No, just like these niggas that love these Tyler Perry movies, they just love them. Well, I don't know. At least they love them and they continue to watch them. I haven't loved a Shyamalan movie in a while, I feel like. But hey, I'm ready to be disappointed again. I'm very excited to see it. I'll be there opening night. Number 3 is Joker 2. I don't even really want to see this. I have to. But yeah, like I don't want to see Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn, so I know she's going to be amazing, basically. And the musical aspect is just ridiculous in my mind, so I know that's going to be amazing too. So I'm trying to reverse jinx myself into making sure that this movie's going to be amazing, and it's working so far. Number 2, Deadpool and Wolverine, which is coming out in a few weeks here, I believe. I'm excited to see it, but I'm not excited for the same reasons most people are. Everybody loves Deadpool and everybody loves the cameos, and I really only care about Hugh Jackman. So I'm sure I'm gonna get what I want out of this film because he's gonna be in it heavily enough to where they named the title Deadpool and Wolverine. So for some reason though, I feel like there's gonna be some fishy business with Hugh Jackman. I don't know why, but we'll see. Hope I'm wrong. And number 1 is Nosferatu. I saw the trailer once and I was just like, yeah, this is cinema right here. Like, this is all I need. If the rest of these movies are ass, at least I know Nosferatu is going to be absolutely amazing. So I can't wait for this. I'll be there opening night in December, I believe it comes out. So let's fucking do it.
You don't want to see Wicked?
Get the fuck out of here. No, I don't want to see that shit. You're funny.
All right. Guys, that wraps it up. Mid-year recap. It's always interesting going back and listening to these pods like years later and seeing like what the hell we were excited for and what we liked. But anyway,
yeah.
Do you have anything to say before we wrap it up?
Yeah, look, guys, make sure you like the video, comment down below, and subscribe to the Current Era Podcast. Let us know, what do you want to see that's coming out this year? What is your most anticipated film? And what film have you liked the most this year? Let us know in the comments down below. And that's it, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.